Why overthinking is a trap. Intuition could be the solution. Let's find out. Hello, I'm Sarit Tagore. With 20 years in personal development, I have seen how the world hands us degrees without direction, formulas without fortitude, and fills our minds while leaving our hearts empty. We are rarely taught the mental strategies to think clearly, handle failure, and create the best version of ourselves. I am here to bridge those gaps, helping you build inner strength, mental resilience, and unwavering confidence to shape your life by design, not by default. Does overthinking leave you feeling more confused? Even though you are trying hard to find the right answer, you are not alone. It's a struggle many of us face daily, feeling like we are spinning our wheels but going nowhere. But here is the surprising part. The solution might not be overthinking or thinking harder or analyzing more, but actually the opposite. Let's explore why letting go and listening to your intuition could be the key you have been looking for. The surprising solution to overthinking. Intuition, a gut feeling and instinctual pull, often cuts through the clutter in a way that overthinking simply cannot. While this may seem like a leap for those of you conditioned to think things through, research increasingly supports that our intuitive minds often hold answers our analytical minds overlook. Studies in psychology and neuroscience suggest that intuitive decisions often yield more clarity than exhaustive analysis. So, why do we ignore it? Let's explore why trusting your gut might be the exact key you have been searching for, and how listening to your intuition could empower you to escape the relentless cycle of overthinking. Feel like you found a home for good vibes? Then tap subscribe and let's all thrive. Drop a like, share the glow, and leave a comment to let me know. Let's start with why overthinking traps us. Overthinking is a habit many of us fall into without realizing it. At times, analyzing every angle feels productive, isn't it? Like we are working towards the perfect decision. But over time, it becomes clear that this habit often leads to an exhausting mental loop. Let's break down the main reasons why overthinking keeps us stuck. Number 1. Analysis paralysis. Overthinking often starts with the desire to make the perfect decision, leading us into analysis paralysis. When faced with a complex decision, our brain seeks more information, hoping one final piece will unlock the right choice. However, this quickly leads to cognitive overload, where our thought processes slow down and we become stuck, effectively spinning our wheels rather than moving forward. The number 2, cognitive overload. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for logical decision making, works overtime during overthinking. Ironically, as it exhausts itself, it loses its capacity to make clear choices, trapping us in an endless loop of second guessing. Third, fear of mistakes and what if spiral. Overthinking is often rooted in the fear of making the wrong choice. This fear triggers a cascade of what ifs, what if thoughts, keeping us focused on worst case scenarios. Every new what if reinforces our tendency to worry, making us feel more anxious and mentally exhausted, creating a vicious loop where we focus on hypothetical problems rather than taking actionable steps. Number 4, diminishing returns on thought. Thinking through a problem can initially feel helpful, as if we are moving toward a solution. But at a certain point, additional thoughts no longer provides new insights and often just leads us to rehash the same ideas, adding confusion rather than clarity. So, you must recognize the threshold for productive thinking. Thinking is essential, but studies show that there is a threshold. Past this, overthinking reduces clarity, and there are enough research done where people have found that overthinking can lead to less satisfying decisions, whereas intuition often brings more clarity. When we push our brains into overthinking mode, we lose the sight of our natural preferences, leading to analysis paralysis. Recognizing when we cross the productive reflection into overthinking is crucial. For most people, this threshold becomes apparent through signals like mental fatigue, repetitive thoughts, and mounting self-doubt. When thinking shifts from constructive problem solving to circular questioning, it is usually time to step back and rely on a different part of ourselves called our intuition. If growth and good vibes are your thing, this is the place where your spirit will sing. Hit subscribe, give it a like, share it with a friend, and drop a comment to help us all ascend. Why intuitive thinking is the antidote to overthinking? Let's find out. If overthinking traps us in loops and dead ends, what's the alternative? One of the most effective ways to make clear, confident decisions is to lean on intuition. Intuition is a gut feeling, and instinctual pull can offer immediate clarity without exhaustive analysis. According to Dr. Gary Klein, a cognitive psychologist, our brains can recognize complex patterns based on past experiences, even if we aren't consciously aware of them. This process, known as recognition primed decision making, allows us to access insights that our minds have synthesized over time. While intuition isn't suitable for every decision, such as highly analytical or data-driven choices, it's often ideal for choices involving personal preferences, pattern recognition, or quick judgment. Now that we understand the potential of intuitive thinking, the next step is to learn how to develop and trust intuition in our daily life. How to shift from overthinking to intuitive thinking. Here are some practical steps to help you reduce overthinking and begin trusting your gut. Practice quiet reflection. Overthinking thrives in a cluttered mind. Taking moments for quiet reflection or mindfulness each day can help clear mental noise and make space for intuition. Start with simple breathing exercise to create calm and focus. Another technique, limit information intake. Too much information can paralyze us. Set a time limit for researching or gathering data. When the time is up, pause and ask what feels like the right direction. This ensures that intuition has room to guide you. Another technique, use the first instinct method. Studies reveal our first instincts are often accurate, especially for familiar situations. Practice this by jotting down your initial response to a question without overthinking. This simple exercise trains you to recognize and trust your gut reactions. Engage in pattern recognition. Review past decisions that turned out well and look for common factors that led to success. Reflecting on these patterns sharpens your ability to recognize useful cues, which boosts confidence in intuitive choices. Separate emotions from intuition. Before making a decision, ask, am I reacting emotionally, or does this feel like a calm, clear instinct? True intuition feels grounded and free from highs and lows of emotion, helping prevent hasty decisions. For minor everyday choices, try the 2-second rule. When deciding what to eat, wear, or prioritize, trust the first option that comes to your mind within 2 seconds. This builds confidence in quick decision making and reinforces intuitive thinking in low stakes situations. Reflect on your best decisions. Recall moments when you made a decision that felt deeply right. Reflecting on these experiences reinforces the value of intuition, helping you recognize what intuition feels like and why it is worth trusting. While intuition is a powerful tool for cutting through the everyday overthinking, remember that for complex decisions, it is best used alongside careful consideration of the facts. Sometimes, even after analyzing all the data, we may feel stuck or uncertain. In these moments, honed intuitive skills can join forces with our analytical mind to help reach a well-rounded decision. When intuition and critical thinking work together, real clarity emerges, balancing both sides of the brain to provide insights where there may be no single clear answer. Developing intuition isn't just about day-to-day choices. It's about having a complementary tool to analytical thinking, especially when facing with ambiguous situations. This balance is key to making decisions confidently and effectively. Time for reflection. Take a moment to think about a time when you ignored your gut instinct and later wished you hadn't. Or perhaps a moment when intuition guided you to a decision you might not have otherwise made. How could honing your intuition shape the way you make decisions in the future? Reflecting on these experiences can help you see the value of intuition and inspire you to develop it as a powerful tool in your life. If you are feeling stuck and struggling to make decisions, check out my video on overcoming decision paralysis. Learn the difference between maximizers and satisficers. Set decision-making deadlines and tap into intuition for smarter choices. Don't miss it. It's packed with strategies to help you move forward.